going here shortly. Oh yeah. This is in E. If you're curious and want to play a solo, you definitely play it in E. Yes. TheUbie, welcome, man. Thanks for dropping in. This song is in the key of E major. Yeah. Well, that's we'll have to fix that, brother. 'Cause right now I'm using the C sharp pentatonic minor scale to play to this. So the pentatonic minor in C sharp. Now, this is obviously a blues, right? Hey, Cat's getting in on the show. All right, we're about ready. Woohoo! Fred's gonna make himself right at home. I got a little ducker on my voice because I don't want my guitar pick going through the microphone while I'm playing, just because it's kind of annoying. Oh, it's not lack of knowing where to play. It's more not having a lot of phrasing. Yeah, I hear that, man. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Yeah, I've been playing the blues since I was like 9. So, and a lot of Leonard Skinner. Those guys wrote a book on major pentatonic and the country pickers also that I listened to. You know, we used to play a lot of stuff when I was young that was, you know, like... And we had to learn to play in kind of major keys because it was country. You know, try to be respectful. You know. you know, simple stuff like that. You know, it's kind of cool. But I usually use relative minors a lot. In fact, I would say that anytime a song is in like a major key, I will use a relative minor position, just because, like yourself, like you just said, I've played a lot of minor stuff. So I've used the minor scale a lot. And as a child of the 80s, if you don't use the minor scale, if you grew up listening to music and learning to play in the 80s, man, you missed out on some really great stuff. You know, Maiden and all the hard rock, heavy metal bands, Iron Maiden a lot, Judas Priest, all their solos. None of their stuff was a major, you know. My cat's gonna get right in the way. Oh yeah, the relative minor. Yep. And you know, it's cool, man. This is a cool conversation because the major, you know, like the one in E, I was actually using the E major scale for part of the, and it playing in that position of the scale. What'd you knock off my? What are you doing? It was actually kind of fun. I used the A position, what I call, where the root note starts on the A string. You know, the major scale is really hard to play a solo and not sound like you're playing a freaking scale. Yay, it's close. Ubie, I really appreciate you being here, man. And congratulations on your channel growth and your content, man. You're really doing a lot of stuff. When you're streaming, I'm usually really busy during the times, at least when I've seen you on. So I try and get there, but sometimes I just can't. But when I can, I try and say hi. In fact, I always say hi. So, but I do see the notifications. So my notifications are working for your channel, which is really nice. Let me see here. I'm kind of, this is weird. For some reason, this guitar sounds really, really super thin, and I'm not really sure why. I want to look at my amp real quick. I should be able to do this. So what is going on with this amp? Why is it so bright? It's almost like that pickup is just way too close to the that's shearing like bright. And I just noticed that. So I want to try and lower this pickup, and I'm not sure 100% if I can right now, because I may have to pull this pick guard off of here, which I am not going to do. So if that's the case, I'll just grab a different guitar. It's not like I don't have a spare one laying around here. And I have the TheFalcro's guitar here, which I haven't played for a while. So let's see if I can lower this pickup a little bit, because usually pickup too close to the strings is a pickup that sounds really bright and shrill like this one does. It's kind of weird. What is it? The Shoekeeper's Children. Fix guitars all day long, and now I have to fix my own, right? Let me see if I can do this, because this is like super shrill. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm not measuring anything at this point. Okay. I wonder if that helped a little bit. Look at that. That's instantly better. It's better. For parts of the day. Yeah. Lives and schedules. Exactly. Yeah, and I think I'm. That's true, man. I'm usually at work. I think when you're playing, and sometimes I can tune in and just kind of I gotta keep working. I can usually watch live streams while I'm at work, but I can't really pay a super huge amount of attention because I'm working on people's guitars, which is if I'm not paying attention, I could get in trouble. It's all guesswork. Yep. Measure. Yeah. That's a good way to do it. I know that there are some distances, which this was definitely way too close. Leo Fender and what's his name? The guy that has a guitar named after him. Oh yeah, Les Paul. They came up with some measurements, and some of the engineers came with some measurements that if you're too close, the magnets will grab your strings, and that's true. So if your pickup is way too close to your strings, or too close at all, you'll end up with a really bright sound, and you won't have the sustain. And I will testify. Which that was weird that pickup was as close as it is, because I don't know why I would have done that. That's weird. That sounds all right. Yeah, 8 p.m. Monday. Yeah, and I never schedule. I almost never schedule a live stream except for about a half hour before I go live. That's kind of my deal, which works for me. Hey, don't be eating that. Okay, let's get back to this. So I have some backing tracks picked out. I played a few of them right out of the gate to hopefully let some folks warm up a little bit. And the other thing is that I'm not able to let anybody join me tonight because I'm not using my guest software. I just went live on YouTube. I haven't done this for a while on just using the YouTube app or the YouTube Studio. Yeah, I think this guitar is due for an intonation adjustment. We'll see about that. I had some really great experiences this weekend. I was out traveling and playing a gig, and it was really super fun. And I made a major amateur mistake for touring. I did a little video right before, I think it was the day before, maybe the day of when I left. And I brought everything. I was all ready to go except for one really, really important thing. And I'll tell you what it was. If maybe you can guess. Yeah. I get you. Yeah, I've never really tried to do a whole lot with my YouTube channel. I just am a guitar player, and there's billions of us out there. And the more folks I'm meeting, I'm seeing a lot more guys really cool that are doing guitar repair videos, which is basis of my YouTube channel. And I do live streams doing that during the day when I'm at work. And so that's been kind of fun. And none of my videos get very many views, and I don't give a shit about that much. It would be great if I had 1 million viewers or subscribers, and then I would just do this for a living, and I would do it all day long every day. But that is not in the cards. I'm not young enough. I don't have tits, and I don't wear a bathing suit online and all of that. So the big YouTube channel is not going to happen. Nothing I do will go viral. I just like to play, and I've been playing a long time. So that's kind of what my channel is all about. It's about playing music. And, I've done some things with my channel that really caught on, and they were going really, really well. But then I got so busy with my band and doing that and work that I had to kind of stop. We were doing a show called Jamland where we were able to play together live. And there's another channel I know out there that does the same thing. And they figured out how to do it also. And just had kind of it was a fun run. I had some really great guys. Hunter, thank you. Thank you for being here. So that was a really fun time where we had 3 or 4 guests and we were able to jam on backing tracks that I would play here locally on my computer, and they would be able to solo with me. So we could take on, you got to imagine that if you're having a conversation on StreamYard, well, and you're playing a backing track, yes, there is a little latency, but everybody's hearing the backing track and you at the same tempo. So they can actually play along with the backing track without the audience hearing latency. There might be a little latency. In fact, there is a little latency in the video. And there's nothing we can do about that because we don't all have fiber optic lines, a beam of light connecting. So, but that is doable. So, and I've thought about doing some more, but getting the guys to come on, it's been really difficult. To be honest, that's been a big reason why I haven't done the Jamland thing again, because no matter what, I invite guys to play, and I don't want to make it, I mean, anyway, it's hard to find guys that will, wear their heart on their sleeve and just play a guitar solo live in front of people. So that's been the difficult part of it. But also, we want to keep it at a playing level that's, definitely entertaining with phrasing and all that stuff. You brought up phrasing earlier. So that's kind of what I was doing for a while. Now my band has taken up all of my time, mostly. With respect to getting to do the live video stuff. I also want to do something here. I'm just making a little edit to my my patch here because I realized that this weekend it was a little bit lame on the delay. There we go. Okay. And I got it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and play along with the backing track here. And let's see how this sounds. I just played along with this one for the first time today. And it really was fun. In fact, let me share this with you. I'm a guitar instructor also, and I have a pretty good number of students. And I love doing that. I love seeing young people play. And of course, there's a certain level where you're trying to build up the technical stuff and learning very, very simple pieces of music and things like that. We all started someplace, right? Trying to play a D major chord was tough. And then to move that to an A, it takes some time to learn how to do that stuff. Well, I've got a couple of students that are really coming along. And one of them, I worked on the guitar solo for Say It Ain't So, right? Right? Which was really fun to see her learn that guitar solo. And she's like, I think she's 12. And she's playing Say It Ain't. Doing all those little licks and stuff. It's really fun to see them grow up and do this stuff. But her and I jammed to this backing track because we had to do her lesson online today. When she usually comes into my office or the shop and we do a lesson together one-on-one. But today, Mom ended up having to work late, and I got a text, and hey, she can't make a lesson, so we just did it live like this. I used Restream. I have a paid membership for that, so we don't have this Restream thing. But It was really fun, and we jammed over this backing track, and so I'll lay this one off. And it's not a real long backing track. I try not to make my solos too long because I run out of stuff to play. So hopefully this will sound all right. I can't remember. So it sounds like, what's his name? Can't think of the artist. That was a cool piece. It's probably a track that a lot of guys have played too. It's like a Pink Floyd sounding thing. But I thought it started out like, what's the song? God, I can see him. He plays piano, New York dude, black hair, fired people without even telling them. Sounds like he was a terrible guy to work for. But fire. Yeah, cool. I'm out. I got you. Also, you know, something and we'll get into what I did at my live performance this weekend. We played at OIT, which is Oregon Institute of Technology, and there's not many places you can drive further in Oregon from where I live to get to where you gotta go. Meaning we're on like not polar opposites of the state, but almost. You could probably drive another maybe hour and a half, and that's about as far as you could drive in Oregon. So it was really a fun trip and a really beautiful place. We were in Klamath Falls, Oregon, southern. It's like 15 minutes from the California border. We could see Mount Shasta right there. From Klamath Falls, you can't actually see Crater Lake, but you're 60 miles away from Crater Lake, which we did not go there. And that was a bummer. I would have loved for my guys in my band to see that. I got to see that when I was younger. But it was just a beautiful place. First time ever in Klamath Falls for me. So it was a really fun trip, but took everything I needed. My guitar, my Tone Master Pro, my insulin, my glasses, new guitar strings, guitar picks, wireless rig, which we'll talk about here again in a minute. But I left this home. Yeah. I had earlier in the day or the day before, I had changed strings on this guitar, and trying to change strings on a guitar with a strap on it really sucks. So, which by the way, if you take your guitar to a guitar tech, take the strap off of it, please. Just do yourself and him a favor. So I left my guitar strap at home, but luckily, our bass player, who is graduating from college, congratulations, sir. He also plays guitar, and he had an extra strap at his house. So I borrowed his strap, but I didn't discover I left my strap at home until we were at sound check. So, I mean, it was total amateur hour. I mean, I've been playing professionally for years, and I couldn't believe I left. I only took one guitar with me. I used my bass player's guitar as a backup in case I broke a string. But man, it's not a big deal. There's a music store there. I could have bought a new strap. So remember to take your strap when you have live shows. It's important. It's important to have that stuff. Yeah. Let's see. So that was a really, really fun trip. And we just had a blast. So let's talk a little bit about wireless rigs. I'll share this with you. I've been using the LEKATO wireless rig for a long time now, but I don't know, a couple of years. Been using these really affordable wireless rigs, and this thing has been working great for me at shows. I've used it live every show I've done for quite a long time, probably close to 2 years. And at this show, this failed on me. I don't know if there was Wi-Fi interference, if we're at a university campus, so I have no idea what kind of projects students had going on, things like that. I couldn't tell you. So this thing didn't work. So immediately when I got home, These are 2.4 gigahertz. They have about 6 milliseconds of latency, by the way. Oops, I just pushed play. Let me stop that. They have about 6 milliseconds of latency. So, you know, they absolutely work. But they're 2.4 gigahertz. So not a whole lot of power in this, although it'll go through lots of stuff, but the connection is not as solid as these, which I just bought because my bass player has a pair of these, and I found the size of this and the fact that it has a charging box in the holder, and they're not terribly intrusive. They're not a big bright green light on my guitar, and our bass player's been using them for a few years now, and this is the C5 RC version. They have a B5 RC version. Oh, the TheUbie, yeah, I miss the mountains. Dude, yeah, we were in some of the northeast or eastern Oregon, central Oregon has some of the most beautiful mountains and hills you could ever imagine. It is really gorgeous. So I bought these, I ordered these Sunday, and they did arrive today, and I plugged them in and charged them up. And I'm going to go ahead and fire them up right now and try them for the first time. I really haven't tried them. You just got to turn them on, and the little green light comes on. It'll turn red, I think. Or maybe this one turns on red. Oh, no, it blinks. Oh, gosh, that's already. And that's a receiver. Okay. You got to make sure you got the receiver and the transmitter plugged in proper, right? And then on the receiver, I think, is it that? You can, yeah. So I just turned on the guitar cable simulator. And I don't feel any latency with that. One thing I would love to have is some wireless headphones, but then I'd have so much latency I couldn't play guitar. You got the same set, the Nux or the LEKATOs. These things, man, these are killer. But it failed on me, so I probably won't use these anymore. Like my set. Yeah, I haven't had them. Mine never stopped working, and they made it through a good 3-hour set. If I had a 4-hour set at a club, I'd have to make sure to have a cable, which a cable saved my ass. You know, I have my wireless rig, and if that's all I had taken, I would have had to borrow a fucking guitar cable, right? Nah, that's amateur hour. So every show I've done with these and that I will do with these, I always have a guitar cable, right? Now, another thing I will probably do is put a piece of tape over this light, but my whammy bar clears it. Just barely, but that's cool. The other one definitely didn't clear as well as this one does. So that was a nice one. That felt good. Had the Nux. So yeah, Swift Audio, yeah. So anyway, we'll give these a shot. I'm just kind of testing them right now out of the gate. Let's see. I'm gonna go to something that I have some pitch transposition. So this patch that I have on, I just want to see how it works. I'm using a patch with a pitch transposer on it to it's a capo. So it's let's see. these things, I'm really happy. Even playing that song live with the other ones, the latency on these is definitely less. It's sensible. Is what I can tell you. It's a capo. I'm using the virtual capo on this one. I think it's called a not virtual capo. What the hell is it called? I'll show you. Let's see. My library setup. Yeah. That's let's see. This is this thing. What do they call it? Virtual. Yeah, it's virtual capo. I have it tuned so that we play. What is that song? Radioactive in the key of B flat in my band. But I like to use that dotted eighth note thing, and it allows me to start the song. And this thing really is, I mean, if I turn it off, you know, and then I turn this thing on and don't even notice it. Now, the thing on this Tone Master Pro is really accurate and, man, low latency. I have this tracking set to as fast as I can do it. And let's see, what is it? Yeah, the resolution high. So, you know, I'm even using the maximum amount of processing stuff. So Noxus is one of the fast. Yeah, these things are definitely, I'm impressed. This is the first time. You just saw me plug this thing in for the first time. I charged it up right after I got it at work. And I charged the units, and then I charged, and then the battery box is fully charged also. So the other cool thing about this, I know if you've seen them, you probably have, but this is a battery charging. So you plug the unit in here, and there's a little button you push here, which it won't, yeah, it turns on and it charges them. I don't know if I can turn that off. I don't want to charge them. Maybe it won't charge them, but anyway, we'll see what happens. So really happy with that. But again, really digging this, the fact that the latency is not tragic, not at all. I don't think I have, I do have one other patch that does use the capo. Let me see. Let's see. This is, you know, I the last couple weeks, given the fact that I got these and the Tone Master Pro just had an update. And they sped up the processing on it. They streamlined all of the stuff. I think they're sacrificing video display for faster processing necessarily. But I got to tell you, man, I'm really digging this, the new Tone Master Pro update. So I kind of got double sped up in just today, ultimately. So let's see. Is pitch proof. I don't feel any additional latency. Yeah. Kick it on. 2.5 step down. I've got presets. Yeah. Yep. Perfect. Yeah. All right, man. I got you. Hey, have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping in. And I'll try and check yours. I got the times today, so I'll be there. Okay. Right on. Okay. Let's see. So let's get back to playing. I'm just really kind of trying to test some new gear out tonight and tell you a little bit about my weekend, which was really super fun. And we talked a little bit about the nuts stuff, which I'm really happy with, and play a little bit here. And I don't know, I don't really know. I think I was watching a video by Dweezil Zappa. He was talking about the notes in between. And so I want to try and do some of that tonight and see if I can make some of that idea work. The one thing I really want to try and avoid is hitting the major third over a minor chord progression, because that's like the death note. But all the other ones, you know, the minor pentatonic. We have all of these notes that aren't in the minor pentatonic scale. You know, so, which, that one is the major third, so I don't want to do that. But, you know, just in a blues lick to try and insert some of those notes. I'm not doing it like Dweezil. Recognize that lift. I've been trying to throw that one in. Leave the Alice in Chains at home tonight, I think. Yeah. Oh, it's nice atmosphere. Hey, forgive me. My monitor is just way too far away for me to be able to read this. I think I can pop the chat out. Can I do that? Yeah. There we go. forgive me, man. I wasn't able to read that. Yeah, nice, Imus. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping in tonight, man. It's really cool to see you. We are having just some absolutely gorgeous weather in the Pacific Northwest recently. It's just been actually hot. My windows are now open. The winter is over. Thank God. The warm weather is back. And we've had a couple of sweaty days. So don't let the Venom shirt fool you. Okay, I'm gonna keep going with this. I can't remember what key this one. I think this one might be. These are, again, I'm doing really short. I'm trying to do fairly short rhythm tracks, just so I'm not sitting here playing the same guitar solo for 25 minutes. I don't know if this, what key this one's in even. I don't know. Yeah, it's D major. Okay, it's totally D major. Major key is kind of tough. Lady Captain. We won't start that one yet. Wow, that was kind of a, that was definitely major. It's funny, we were just talking about soloing in major keys. Well, that was, had two things playing simultaneous. Oh, wow. That would be confusing. I've done that a few times. Good evening. I hope you're doing well. That was D major, and soloing in major scales, it's just, I have a difficult time making it sound like I'm not playing a scale. You know, I was using a B pentatonic minor to kind of give it that major. And I did use E Dorian mode a little bit, which are all the same notes and all that. But I'm still giving these wireless rigs a good run for their money, man. These things sound fine. It's imitating a 20-foot guitar cable. Sounds pretty good. I'm going to turn the guitar cable off and see if it does. It's just a little something. I don't know if I like it or not. There we go. Get ugly. We're gonna do some corn. Minor keys are just prettier. I think it's weird. All the years of teaching I've done, and my students always love minor keys. And like my favorite chord in the world is A minor seventh. I think most guitar players would. A lot of guitar players would say the same thing. But and I know there's a little ducker on my voice, so when I'm playing, my voice will get quiet. But I think part of the reason that like odd modes and minor keys are more interesting, I guess, or more absorbable is because they're kind of dramatic. And I think that people enjoy a little bit of drama. And then with a minor key, it's not like listening to music is like drama, you know, like the Karen down the street or whatever. None of that drama. But it kind of, I think also the sadness, the sound is kind of dramatic. So it definitely grabs at those emotions, I think, better. Vocally. Improvise in a minor key. Yeah, that's interesting. You know, for me to just sing like a minor scale, I think I can kind of, you know, that minor third, to hit that minor third, you know, it's tricky. No, the difference between that major and minor third, probably minor keys, definitely, because of the blues. You know, you kind of sing those minor blues is where, you know, you hear a lot of the people that scat and do the well, scatting is really a big part of it. That was, you know, a lot of blues guys will be playing and singing the notes that they're playing on their guitar. It's all minor stuff. Okay. So that was D major, and I was choking terribly on that. But here's E minor. Believe it or not, I'm going to play a solo in E minor. And forgive me for being so normal for a guitar player. every guitar solo ever is in E minor. Two things playing at the same time. I had to laugh, lady. That was so funny. Neat tea. Oh, that reminds me. I got to thank my sponsor, Diet Pepsi. Thank you for all the money you send me. It's awesome. All right. What is this one? Right on. Lydian mode. Lady Campion, I would love to see you. You probably have, but that mode right there, I love the Lydian mode. It's again, it's one of those dramatic modes. It's got that weird note in it. It's the major scale with the augmented fourth. And you probably know this, but just like when it ends, it kind of ends in a weird spot. Or where it starts is kind of a weird spot. It's a strange sounding mode. It's got that odd note in it. It's really cool. Independent, hello. It's great to see you here. Thanks for stopping in. Definitely better. I'm catching up on the chat. Definitely better with just one track. that was weird. It's not the first time that's ever. Let's do everything by ear. Okay, it's just a music theory. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you don't need it. You absolutely don't need it. Being able to put a name with the sound is all music theory really is, in my humble opinion. And I don't feel like, I have a very extensive education in music theory. I'll call it education, whatever. But the whole time I was doing that, I was encouraged and it was expected of me to improvise. And so having that, to put names with faces or names with specific sounds like the Lydian mode, I instantly think of an augmented fourth. And, the Dorian mode, I instantly think of the minor scale with a major sixth. And the Phrygian mode, I think of the minor scale with a minor second. And I can hear these things because I can kind of see them and have these numbers and intervals in my mind. And it just makes it easy for me to... I suppose I can say it makes it easy for me. Nothing about music is very easy, I think. That's a pretty bold statement, but yeah, I loved my music theory classes, and I still use it to this day. It helps me at live shows. I improvise at every live show that I do, and I just enjoy it. And just like, this is not a guitar lesson. This is just like what the difference between a couple of modes is. Like the Mixolydian mode has a dominant seventh in it. So if we play the major scale, which we all know, do, 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 a deer, a female deer, free, a drop of golden sunlight, me, a name I call myself. Far, a long way to run, right? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, the sound of music, right? The major scale. But to turn that into the Lydian mode, you just... So it's got that... Instead of... So it's really interesting to do that. And then the Mixolydian mode, it's almost identical, but it's got a dominant seventh. So it's instead of these relationships to the major and minor scales. Anyway, that's kind of it. But the Lydian mode, Lady Campion, it's such a neat sounding mode. There's a beautiful song by, you want to hear it? Like, I just love the Lydian mode. Steve Vai loves it, and so does Joe Satriani. They both made a living using it. But Algo, hello, man. Thanks for stopping in, man. Dude, it's great to see you again. And thanks for having me on your live stream, man. That was really cool here a few weeks ago or months ago. I don't know. It was a while back. The Lydian mode. Listen to Flying in a Blue Dream by Joe Satriani, and you will hear the Lydian mode, and it's, I think, one of the greatest uses of that mode in the history. It's such a cool guitar riff. That's not the right key, but that's just such a beautiful chord progression. Just a cool, huh? Yeah, it's just flying in a blue dream. Yeah. There's no lyric, there's no vocals in it, but the melody is just stunning. And it, for me, singing the Lydian mode. Anyway, enough about that. That's cool. I love Theory though. I think I might just play a couple more here, and we'll see what else I've got here to play along with. Let's see, Americana. I don't know what some of these are. Let me see, what's this one? I don't know if I've played this. This one's a D minor. I've played this backing track a few times on my broadcast, but this is a cool. This is a really beautiful. I'm gonna check my tuning real quick. It sounds like I might be out a little bit. Oh no, I'm perfect. I love this guitar. Yeah, I'm a little bit out. Been bending the hell out of them, right? Beautiful backing track. I'm gonna try and find a different patch to use. It has a different Forgive me, I was kind of digging through my pedal, my sounds to try and find something. Didn't write the song. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I just had a premiere. Cool. Good. Hey, you guys. I think I'm gonna hang it up for the night. I've been playing actually quite a bit today, and Zach, hello, man. Right in the nick of time. You're very welcome. So I want to say thank you to everybody who stopped in. The UG, I think his name, or Buji, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, Preston, thanks for being here. Independent Algo, man, it was great to see you again. Lady Campion. Let me see. Zach, dude, it was great to see you again, brother. Oh, and let me just give you a heads up on my blood glucose, because we kind of got that shit in common, right? Ooh, my glucose is a little bit high right now. I'm not going to tell you what the number is, but I don't like seeing that. It's higher than. Let's see. Oh, I hate seeing that number like that, and it's not really that high compared to most people, but. Let's see. I do have to give myself some. I have to take an insulin shot right now, guys. I'll do this before I before I leave. Let's see. How much? 1.18. I think I'm going to take 2.3 units of insulin because I can. There you go. All right. So I've taken my insulin. Everything's good. You guys, great to see you all, or to hear from you all and see you out and about tonight. Go watch some live music. And we have a gig this weekend at the T-Post in Walla Walla, Washington. And then the following weekend we'll be in, where are we going to be? I forget. I don't know. Oh, Baker City. So go out and watch some live music, support some local bands. And you guys have a really wonderful